Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're here in, it's supposed to be Des Moines, but somebody told me it was Altoona.
I think it is Altoona.
Okay, so we're just outside of Des Moines. And y'all know, if you watched my video that I just put out today, well, it being Wednesday, hump day, and that they had a bad storm here.
Yeah. Actually, if you see the sign up there, rip the sign up. They had a lot of storms.
Right there.
They had derecho come through here.
Yeah.
Derecho is like a big bowl of wine that can last over 250 miles. But this one went 600 miles, and it had over 100-mile-an-hour winds.
Knocked over some trailers.
It went all the way from out west here all the way through Chicago. So it did a lot of damage.
Yeah. And I was driving into it Monday night, and I get over here and everything. I got through it, got over here, found a place I was delivering, and they're like, no, we're closed. Power got knocked out, so the plant's closed today, no receiving. So I got to go over there this morning and try to get delivered. And hopefully my pickup also got pushed back because they weren't doing anything because their power got knocked out. So hopefully I'll still be able to do my same pickup, and not lose out.
We're running a little ahead, but we just got through running out to Reno, and we get a load a lot. Company Logistics, it's out of Greenwood, Indiana. We run out to Reno and then back. Sometimes we get a load back out of the actual same place, or if not, we'll pick up near there in Reno area and run like we're going to Columbus, but we're about 12 hours ahead right now. Sometimes we go
Columbus, Ohio?
Yep, and we'll probably turn around and hit another one back to Reno.
Well, I'll be following right behind them because I'm
like running that 80 a lot. Yeah, we're going to do a video eventually about how our experience has been so far at GP Transco over there. I will say it's been great. We'll get more into detail about that. I was probably just holding off on the video because I want people to know that we've been there long enough to know that everything that we're talking about is true to be, and it's consistent, and everything's been consistent so far. I mean, probably a little laziness involved in doing the video too, but we've done a couple live feeds and got back into doing the live feeds, and actually we've held quite a few in there. We didn't even, I think the first live feed we did, we had 20-something people in there. That's not bad for kind of like being lazy for a while and not making any videos. But I didn't even know we didn't even plan this meetup.
Yeah, it was just.
I happened to look at 360 because another buddy of mine was saying something about Niagara Falls this morning. He was sending me a link. And I was seeing if he was over there, and when it popped up, it kept on showing your thing like it was zooming in. And I realized it was overlay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now look, and he's like, literally not far away.
Let's see if we can point out his trucks right there. Well, what happened was I got up, made my coffee, and didn't even let Ducky go out. I was like, you can do when we get over there to where we're delivering. We got to go. So I went to leave, and as I'm creeping out, because I always creep as far as I can before my ELD trips into drive mode, and I look over and I see that, because their trucks are very unique. They have a unique paint color.
Yeah. Teal.
So you can spot their trucks real easy.
If you don't have teal, you ain't getting a good deal.
So I glance over and I see that teal colored truck, and then I look at the side of it and I see GP Transco, and I'm like, I wonder if that's them, because they run 80. So I stop, pull up 360 real quick, and doing like what he was talking about, was flipping over each other.
Like the same time that I opened Messenger to message him, he messaged me, "Are y'all guys awake?" And I said, I just noticed you're parked beside me.
Yeah, I just noticed it because I hadn't been looking at the app. So I just back up into my spot where I was at and waiting for him to get out. Because I think he was finishing up your break, because they run team, him and his wife. She's in the bed asleep now. And me not thinking, I should have did this to start with while she was still awake. But she just got up done driving, and now he's fixing to take over driving. Do y'all have a preference on who drives during the day and who drives at night?
Not really, not running out here. Our preference is I usually try to do the deliveries and pickups and everything else. And that's really the preference. That's about it. I just try to do all the shipper receivership. That's just the way we like to do it. I like to go in there and have that little challenge sometimes. I don't mind dealing with people. She just don't like dealing with people. That's pretty much all it is. So I go in there and I'm like, hey, Yeah. Delivery, you know.
I just, whenever I go in places like that, I just try to be super sweet, nice, and polite, and hope for the best.
Yeah, always. Go in, yes ma'am, yes sir, or, you know, always. If you go into a place like that, and I look at it like this, you're not always going to get what you want when you go somewhere, and you know, but if you go in there and get an attitude when they tell you something, you know, that you don't like, if you get an attitude, they're not going to help you out. I guarantee you that. The best thing you do is just try to be understanding, because they have a job to do also. And that's all there is to that.
And if you saw Wednesday's video, you saw I was sitting in the dock for 6 hours trying to get loaded. And all they were loading me was these big bulk containers that they haul the liquid in. They make them over there in Perrysburg.
So and you have to have a tanker to carry those?
Yeah, even to haul the empty ones. That's crazy, ain't it? There's nothing in them. They're brand new.
I don't have my tanker endorsement, and our company hauls those every once in a while, and we have to go get ours, because every once in a while, like, we can get a load like that. But
you have a hazmat?
I don't have none. I don't have any endorsements yet.
But that's what you do, man. When you go, you get both endorsements at the same time.
I'm gonna get them. As far as the hazmat, I don't need it, but we do need those tankers for the big liquid containers, because they slosh, and that's the reason.
You can tell it too.
Yeah, that's where.
Yeah, you'll be. Every time I stop at a red light, if I got those things on, the truck sits there, and I'm going like this back and forth in the truck. People just looking at my truck like something's wrong, you know, and I'm just sitting there, just kind of rocking back and forth. And it ain't only the big bulk containers. I hauled a load up to Richmond, Indiana. Those blue drums, those blue plastic drums, like a regular 55-gallon drum, and I guess they weren't all the way full or something. And so when I would stop, those would slush in unison, and it would do the truck like that. So it ain't just the big bulk containers, it does it in those too. But they can put 60 of those on the truck, those containers, because they double stack them all the way back to the back door. And they were 8 short. They were trying to get them made, and I guess they couldn't get them all made. So after 6 hours, they finally cut me loose.
We loaded up with this load, and we went. It was light. It's only like 65, I think, total road. But the dude piled everything as far to the front as possible, and it's real compacted. And dude, we barely squeezed by on our drive tires, and we're slid all the way to the rear and everything. And they're just and the tandem's all the way forward, and it was still right at a full tank, right at 7/8 of the tank, and we was hitting close to about 34. So like we had to end up. I hate when you have to do that with your fuel. I can't stand having to do that. There was no reason having to do that with fuel in this situation. All they had to do was just stack it a little bit further back, or put a bulk or something.
Bulkhead in it, yeah. They did that with me when I picked up the load in St. Gabriel. I was 34,000 on my drives with 3/4 of a tank of fuel, and I still had like 20 feet of trailer space in the back. They could have moved stuff further back.
Back, not even like just right at halfway in the trailer. They had plenty of room. It was just real compact and heavy. They should have spaced it out more. I mean, I used to load trucks. I used to work on the dock, and you have to space things out like that. If it's really compressed like that, a lot of weight, they put bulkhead in it, and they space it out a little bit. Yeah, and that usually works.
Anybody that's ever hauled beer, you know that's what they do. They put the
bulkhead in
to move it further back, rather than doing a single thing like some places do. When you haul stuff, they'll put a single, double, single like that. They try to give you some space towards the back. But these drums were all floor stacked. They wasn't even on pallets, and so they just crammed them in all the way to the back, you know, and they didn't leave any space towards the front. Next time I go to pick up one of those loads ahead of time, I think I'm going to try to see if I can get them to move some of it further back, because even with the tandem slid all the way up, my fifth wheel slid up a little bit to where they put a little more weight on the steer, I was still maxed out on my weight. Even though the gross weight on the truck, everything overall was like 77,000.
Yeah, we weren't even like 60-something.
Well, the load I have on now, those bulk things, I think the gross weight of the load is like 6,500 pounds.
Usually, like the logistics we run, even when it's full to the end, it's only like the load is only 26,000 pounds, so it's pretty light. They use the whole trailer, so we don't have a problem with it. We ran one that was 3,400 pounds. We ran it for all the way out to Reno, and that's nice running one that light.
Yeah.
The mountains don't affect you in the lights.
Yeah. The guy that was in the last video I did, Charles Anderson, Chucky, he hollered at me on Zello and said, be careful if you hit it out to Iowa. They got trucks being blown over out there. I was like, oh man, that's awesome. I only got 6,500 in the box. That's great.
Yeah.
The one time I get a light load, I'm headed into a monsoon or something.
Yeah. We came out here, I forgot, it was a couple weeks ago we hit it bad. So you get out of there up in the mountains and you have a little shower. It looks like a little shower, but they bring a lot of wind down with it, man. You gotta watch that stuff. You'll see the dust start blowing, take a wall up, and you just gotta slow down, man. Unless you're heavy, usually nothing like that's gonna blow you over. But we've gone through there, like I said, with less than 5,000 pounds, and that wind hits you. You're trying to stay on the road. We just anything like that, man. It's just there ain't nothing out here worth me and my wife's life. Pull over. Ain't nothing worth all that. We've got to actually learn in this next couple of weeks because September 1st through, I think it's September 1st or it's the end of October 1st. It starts the chain season. It's required to have them.
Oh yeah, you have chains. If you run out, where is it Denver or somewhere further out?
The whole state of Colorado.
Oh yeah, whole state of Colorado.
Is, I think September 1st through May the 31st, which is a long time of the year. But you're required to have chains. It don't mean you know they'll let you know when you have to use them, obviously. But I think that's just I'm pretty sure that's just for the state of Colorado. But all the other states like Wyoming and stuff, might as well just have them on. Yeah. I've never had to use chains before, dude.
I've used them once.
And so next time we go home, I gotta get some while we're out here. But we're gonna go and have a little spend all day learning how to put them on right. So we have to put them on out here. We ain't gonna sit there and spend 3 hours trying to figure out how to put them on in the snow. Yeah. It's much better to learn ahead of time. So,
and it's better if you have two people. First time I ever had to use them was out past Reno. If you go past Reno towards California, what's that across there? I forget now. All the snow is. There's 80 that runs across there all the way to California.
It's 80, but the Sierra Nevada is across it.
Yeah. We were coming out of California and we hit snow, and I mean it was bad.
Flagstaff did that to me once, man. It was 70 degrees and sunshine everywhere else. We went up the mountain to go over Flagstaff, dude, and it was snowing as hard as I've ever seen it snow. And fortunately, it was kind of a wet, sticky snow. It was easy to drive on and everything, but dude, it was snowing harder than I've ever seen before in my life. Once I went over the hilltop, got past, there's a pilot on the other side of Flagstaff, got past the stop sign. Like, it completely stopped snowing, it was sunshine out, beautiful. But yeah, you got to be prepared out there running the mountains because, dude, it snowed right at the end of June up on one of the mountain peaks that we go by. Right, we saw it snow, and it was kind of a big deal because it was real late in the season. They had snow. That was just been a little month ago, And now it's already getting close to where snow starts hitting the peaks out there again, and we've got to be prepared for that stuff because it can be treacherous. Plus, I already told her, I said, before we start traveling over the mountains, we're going to buy a set of jumpsuits to have, warm jumpsuits, just in case. You never know. If you lose power on your vehicle or something like that, and you're screwed out 20 below weather. Yeah. We want to make sure we got a jumpsuit we can throw on. And maybe we'll we ain't got no electricity, especially it ain't going to work. But,
y'all have an APU or EPU?
EPU. We got the batteries, that would last for a little while. That might work off that.
Yeah. One thing I can tell you is if you can find them waterproof insulated gloves. Because when me and my uncle were putting these on, our hands were like literally getting numb. We couldn't even feel them. So we had to jump back up in the truck, warm our hands up a little bit, and then jump back out and try to finish up. Because you don't just put one set on one set of tires. You have to put them on the drive. You have to go back and put them on.
We got a whole chart that shows what states require each setup and all that. So I had to learn all that. But that's actually the book they gave us with the truck. The way they set up their little, like everything they do is like streamlined at their company. Like that's one thing I've noticed completely different. But their book they gave us, it's got a couple pages in there that got laminate sheets. It's got the every pattern for each state that you might have to go to. So that'll help out a lot. But yeah, we've got to sit and spend a day learning how to roll over and get it put on there properly, you know, laying it across the tire and all that. Or either, I know there's a rollover method where you get it like as close as you can. That helps you lock everything in, and you can move it when it does. It's supposed to help lock it in and everything.
And I think some of them have a little tool to twist.
Yeah, once you get them on, there's a tool. You got to crank it down on each spot, and that locks it. You can also there's this little bungee holder thing. It's like it's got like little 4 bungees on it on a star. You hook it to each part. That'll keep it more secure than just running it with it locked. Because that'll keep the tension in it and everything. So what I was told, if I buy a good set of chains, make sure I get those bungee locks with them. That'll help the life of the chain, because if they're tight, they're not going to wear as quick. They're not going to wear your tire either if they're real tight. So I've been researching on everything and watching all the videos I can, you know. So when we go to practice next time we go home, I'll have a head start on it at least.
I'm looking forward to you guys getting back to doing more YouTube stuff, because he just bought a drone not too long ago. He's learning to do the drone stuff. I just did some shots
yesterday. I was gonna do like maybe a series of like just maybe truck stop drone shots, like doing like if every truck stop we stop at, or like certain rest areas and stuff, or certain states. It's kind of like a little series of doing some drone shots. You see the one I shot yesterday, I'll show you here in a minute. But it's nice. But yeah, maybe something like that. But we've got some really good drone shots, man. The drone is awesome. It's kept me more occupied than wanting to do videos, because I've been flying again.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk my wife into letting me get one. She bought me one for Christmas one year, just a little cheap one, about $100 or so, you know, for me to learn how to practice. And where we live at, we have a big yard, but we're surrounded by trees. And I was still learning how to fly it, and I flew it into a tree, a big tall pine tree, and I was trying to get it out, and it was so high up. I took a bow and arrow, tied a string to it, and I shot it up over it to try to pull it down, and that didn't work. The arrow got stuck up in the tree, and then APU just fired up. Thank you. And so that didn't work. So you'll find this part very comical. I went inside and got my shotgun with buckshot, and I came back out with the shotgun, and I'm like, I'm not going to shoot the drone. I'm going to shoot the limb the drone is being held up by, and I'll break the limb, and it'll all fall down together. So I shot a couple times, and the limb was just about to break, but there was another little piece of limb holding it at the top. So I said, I'll just shoot up over the top of it, and I'll knock out that part, and it'll fall right on down. And when I did, I guess I didn't aim high enough, and I hit the drone. So I blew my drone up with the shotgun.
So the Mavic Mini, man, I got my Mavic Mini, the whole kit. It'll come with like a 3-battery charger case that cycles them. It's like the extra. It's called the extra kit. Without the extra kit, it's $400. If you get the extra kit, it's worth it. It's $500. It's got the propeller, but it's got all the case and everything. I don't think it comes with propeller guards like where you fly indoors. I bought that one separate, but it does have the 3 batteries extra. So you have 3 batteries with it. It'll keep them charged like while you're flying the drone. You get like 30 minutes of flight time, so it's going to cycle the batteries. You'll eventually run out of power and have to let it cycle, but by the time other ones start to get charged, you won't have to wait long. So, but you get all that, bunch of little extras with it, like $500. The Mavic Mini, man, everything folds up into this little small thing, and it's got such a great shot. The only thing, it's got GPS, Wi-Fi, it's got a 2-mile range on it. GPS, it'll fly home exactly where you flew off from. You can set a height on it. You can adjust the height so you see tall shit around you. You set the height, you know it's going to be taller than that. It'll fly in higher than that, and go directly over where you're at. Just come down and land where you started at. It's really cool, dude. I mean, I used to fly model airplanes from the time I was a kid till I was in my mid-20s, and I sold all my stuff. And it was an expensive hobby, but you have to learn how to fly. You have to fly big things. These, like, if you let go of the controls, it just stops. You know.
That's what I need.
So you'd be like, oh shit! If you're freaking out, you know, you're like, oh, it just stopped. You know, it'll, okay, reset yourself. Okay, where am I facing? You know, I bumped into a the big tall thing outside the hotel, the thing outside the door. I nicked it, crashed once. It was pretty easy to fix. I got a video. You can work on it yourself. That's the cool thing. Until you get down to electronics and stuff, then you probably have to get somebody to fix it. But these things are warranted though. I was just really what broke it. The bushings to the gimbal camera, they pop out, so to keep the hard stuff from breaking, and you can just pop those back in, and it just sets it right back where it was. That's what I had to get a video, pull up YouTube, figure out how to do it. But as far as that goes, you can warrant it when you buy it. Call, you get their replacement plan. If you crash it, you replace it 3 times in a year.
Huh.
But you have to call within the first 48 hours of purchase and register it.
And you said it was about $500.
Yeah.
See, I was telling my wife I had to spend about $1,000 to get a good
everything
drone.
I got cost $500.
All right, you hear that, baby? Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah. And they're compact, dude.
Yeah.
My case holds all my charger and everything. It's just a little case with it. And I keep all my batteries, everything, the charger and everything. So I can plug in anywhere and get the charger going. I already got 3 to start out with. When I get done with one, go in, it starts cycling in. And then I got so you'll run it good 2 hours before you run out of juice. Yeah. So you fly a long time with 3 batteries. Yeah. And if you're not running it like crazy, because you got 3 speed settings on there too. You got cinematic for doing slow pan, like your normal program mode, which you can lock onto you and do this and hit a button. This is what you want to select, and it'll do a pattern that's preset. It'll do a fly pattern. You do a circle out, or it'll do a pan away. You can lock onto a target to follow. That's crazy. Yeah, the technology behind it is awesome. It's amazing. But
check that out. That sounds like one for me.
I've been playing with that instead of doing videos, guys. Sorry.
He does pretty good TikTok videos while there's still a TikTok, and
TikTok ain't going nowhere. That was a business for it. You know what they did, right? There was a company. They were refusing to sell rights to their company to I think it might have been Microsoft, so he just threatened to shut them down. Guess what? They sold parts of their company to Microsoft. Now they got American part of TikTok coming out.
I think the main thing was they wanted all the information that's being gathered to be kept on servers here in the United States.
There's some things
and not servers over there.
There's some issues with TikTok that I don't like, and it happens to do with young kids being on there.
Yeah, that does get pretty bad.
They need to really come down on that shit, because there's some sick people in this world, and I know they're on TikTok for a reason. And a lot of it comes down to parents, man. Take care of your children. Watch what your children are doing on social media. Me and my wife, we pay attention to what all of our kids are doing on social media. It can be a bad place. But yeah.
I know y'all got to get going, and I got to get going. I got to get over there and see if I can't get this load off. Hopefully they'll work me in and get me in there pretty fast. The agent said as soon as I got over there, they were supposed to go ahead and get me unloaded. So hopefully they will. And
well, man, it was cool getting to meet you, dude. It's the first time we got to hang out. So.
Yeah, I'll be. If y'all are headed over to West Columbus, so I'll be headed that way. I got to go to Howe, Indiana, and pick up.
I gotta give a shout out. Hey, Blackbeard, if you're watching this, I'll be in a T680 soon.
Yeah. Well, Blackbeard.
Brand new one.
Blackbeard is a mutual friend of ours.
Yes.
And I think that's how I met up, started following you guys, was through Blackbeard. And but he's an awesome guy. We really miss you out here on the road, brother.
Yeah, we do, buddy. I know things, be tough sometimes, but we miss you out here on the road. Yeah, for real.
Blackbeard is a unique soul.
He's a good dude.
He is nothing but good all the way down to the core.
Yes,
one of the best persons you'll ever meet, and he's got a big family, 3 daughters. Yeah. Can you imagine having 3 daughters? I would have to buy stock in Winchester and Remington.
I have I raised 2 girls that are 21, 22 now almost, and
I think he has one that's still under 18.
Even now, they're adults. They do what they want to. Actually, I'm a grandpa now.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the youngest one just had a baby 3 months ago. Cute baby. We bought her so many clothes already. We've spoiled the shit out of that baby already. Oh man. But no, yeah, daughters, that's a stressful thing, man.
Yeah.
And I can understand stress when it comes to daughters, for real.
Yeah. But I think he just missed being home a lot.
Yeah,
And
that's understandable, man.
that, and he was having some issues with his truck, and it's hard to get home time when you are stuck in a shop somewhere out on the road.
Oh yeah.
Because not only are you having to pay bills to get your truck fixed, you're having to run to make up the money you're losing sitting there. And so if you do that, then you don't have time to go home because it's like a trickle down effect of being broke down, not being able to get home as much. And
we're going to be testing one of those T680s, and it'll be a brand new one.
2021 or
2021. So hopefully they worked out some of those bugs and stuff that like he was dealing with. You know, we're actually our company GP, they're buying 6, and they're letting 6 teams test them out and put miles on them to see how they really perform. So we'll be one of the teams. Can't wait. So
I think you'll like it because
I think they're better for comfort, and that's what we're going for.
Yeah.
We might have to cut down a little bit as far as space goes, but comfort-wise, I know they ride better, and I know they're just.
I think they sit up higher.
Yeah,
I feel like they do because I've sit in Blackbeards
a
before.
little bit more narrow in the seating area, the cab area, but the sleeper is the same size.
Yeah.
I know it's a little shorter on the bunk height, but I ain't worried about that. There's certain things like the Freightliner got plenty of space, but it's a rough ride. You know, that's why they get the nickname Freight Shaker. You know, but. So I've heard the T680 rides a lot smoother.
Yeah,
so
I think it does.
Running with a team, that's important with your sleep. Because, I mean, you can lay down and you fall asleep or whatever, but if your body's being jolted around a lot, you're not getting that deep sleep, and that catches up with you.
Yeah.
You know, and we've been running a little bit slower than normal because it's been like, I told you, I've had issues with my kidneys and stuff, and kind of been run down a little bit, but the last few days I've been feeling a lot better and been able to run good. So hopefully staying hydrated will help all that. That's all we're doing.
I tell you, man, you got to get an ice maker. If you don't have an ice maker in your truck, if you like stuff cold, like me, the way I drink so much water is it has to be ice water. I have to have a lot of ice in it. So I have that ice maker, and I just keep filling that water.
That's not too much. I'm not too much worried about that. I just grab a big ass bottle, I keep it beside me, and I have to force myself and remind myself keep drinking water, because I don't know if it's just me, like I think my body just needs more water, like I tend to dehydrate easily, so that's just, I gotta just pay attention to that, man, because I tell you what, there's one thing I can't be doing is getting unhealthy. If I'm unhealthy, I can't be running and making the money that I need to make, so I've been eating better and everything, man, so it just, as bad as I felt that one day that I felt, it scared me, I think. You know, it's like, trucking ain't it's hard to stay healthy in trucking. Everybody knows that. You're sitting on your ass all the time, and especially team driving, we don't get a chance to stop a lot. So when it comes to opportunities to get out and walk around, you know, we have to find those opportunities. You know, we don't get them we just don't get them as much as a single seat driver does, you know. So we have to make that time available, and it's tough. It's tough. It really is.
I did a really poor job on this whole thing because, first of all, I've looked at the last video I did with Chucky, and the audio was terrible for the interview with him, so I'm hoping it's not as bad this time, although it probably is. But the APU vehicle's driving by. I apologize. Sorry about that. We got interrupted. I got a phone call. The receiver wants me to get on over there so they can get me unloaded, hopefully. But they have a cool dog named Scooter, if you ever watch their videos or TikToks or stuff. So actually, Scooter and Ducky got along pretty good. There was no bloodshed or anything, which Teresa will find that very, very good. She'd be happy about that because she knows how Ducky is around boy dogs. He doesn't do good around boy dogs.
Yeah,
but he did pretty good.
He's so happy to see any other dog. He's like, hey, man, he's ready to play. He's ready.
I could hear him all the way over here. He was like, what is your name?
Timmy, what is your name? Hey, Timmy, fuck yeah.
Well, yeah, he's been sitting up there for most of the video watching us, seeing what we're doing. He's always curious about stuff. But yeah, I did a terrible job on this. I should have got video footage of Ducky and Scooter playing or something. Because there's so many people. I have like 820 subscribers, and I think at least 3/4 of them watch just to see Ducky. I don't even think they watch for me.
I think that's about the same. But yeah, we'll run into each other again, man. I see you up here on 80 a lot. We're up here a lot.
Yeah, I like running up this way, staying out of the big cities.
Oh, it's so nice up here. That's what I like about it. We know what we're doing a lot. Like, we know the same place we're going a lot. And it's usually a 2,000-mile run. Like, we get 2,000-mile runs back to back to back. And then, like, if we're running low on hours, we'll get something small in between, and then we'll reset, and then we'll run and go right back to it. So, we're running good, man. I really like it.
And the agent I'm working with on this load, she's like, you know, because I was real patient about it. I didn't get upset. You know, they were very happy about that. And
oh, that's what we were talking about a minute ago. It's about being nice as you can to them. And they called him back and said, come on in.
Yeah. So she's like getting me detention time and layover pay and all that stuff. And she's like, you know, if I can help you out, just give me a call. If you need a load, you're up in this area anywhere, you know, give me a call and I can try to find you something. So it's good to build relationships like that. And he was telling me that for everybody that goes over to GP Transco and puts you guys down as a referral, they get a $2,000 bonus. That is insane. I have brought or helped people get over here to Landstar since I've been back now a little over a year. I want to say maybe 6 people, something like that. I ain't got a donut, much less a dollar.
Now I'll say this: like I brought people over PTL that needed that good place to go that would hire them, and I never like pushed to ask people about it. Maybe I should because it's an opportunity, but you know, like 1 or 2 people over there said, "Hey, I'm going to put your name in." They offered to, but the 2 people that went were like right before we ended up leaving anyway, and the amount of time that before like they had to stay like through their training, and then once they get their first seat, then you get it or whatever. But over here at GP, you get it in 30 days, 90 days, and 6 months, and that's not bad. It's split up. You get, I think, 500 and then a 500 and 1,000 of it, or something like that. It might even be more now. You know, like they're really right now they're trying to grow a little bit, and they got 20 teams, but that's one thing. If you're interested in teaming, man, they're good to their teams over here, and we can talk to you about the team stuff. So, you know, just comment on our page. We also have an email over there on our I think most of our videos, if you go into the description, you can find our email. It's just redmonkeystrucking@gmail.com.
And I forgot to do this on Chucky's video where I said, look in the description below, and I'll put the link to their Facebook page and some of their other social media stuff. I'll do that with these guys in the description of this one. But I caught it during editing, so I went above and I wrote up there, typed in, you know, the link for Chucky's channel was down below. So hopefully y'all saw that and went down and checked out Chucky's channel. But I remember when you guys hit 1,000 subs, and so that's how long I've been following y'all back then. It's about a year now, I think. And when you guys hit 1,000 subs, I was like, man, someday that's going to be me.
Man, there's I went out and I maybe talked about this sometime. There's some channels out there that are out of Canada. Some pretty cool people out there. They get out there and they help people grow their channels, and it's a community to try to share your brand out there, and it gives a platform for people to just get in there and meet each other. And it's YouTube networking, and that's really all it is. And that kind of helped get some people outside of the trucking to start seeing the channel too. And that's you know, we don't even have a niche here other than just talking about trucking every once in a while, you know. I like to do the weather stuff if I had time to do it all the time. I would. Like where I could sit down and follow a storm going on and do the whole fucking feed and everything. Just don't have time for it. Because sometimes got an event going on, that could take all day. You know, just doing a live stream, following everything, showing radar. You know, that'd be cool to be able to do that to help other truckers out. Like this one that came through, there's trucks blowing over everywhere. Yeah. What if they had more warning? You know, so save somebody's ass and save their equipment too. So, but yeah, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here for real this time.
For real this time.
Well, we just got done hanging out with our friends Eric and Laura, Red Monkey Trucking. If you've never checked out their channel, go over and check it out. The link is in the description below. I went ahead and put in the links to their TikTok page as well. Like I said, they do really, really funny TikTok videos. So I love those. And like I said, they do YouTube videos usually, but I mean, with the new company they're working for now, they're running pretty hard, so they're not having a lot of time. And like Eric said, he's been been playing with his drone a lot. I'm gonna look into getting me one of those. That was pretty cool. But I hope you don't mind. On this video, we're just doing the interview with Red Monkey Trucking because it went on way longer than I thought it did. I didn't realize how long it went on. But when you meet up with guys like that, there's so much you have to talk about. And I wanted to be able maybe try to edit it down some, but I didn't want to cut anything out. I thought it was a really good conversation with a team. So you get to hear a little bit about what they're doing, running as a team. You know, like she likes to run during the night, so she doesn't have to deal with the receivers and shippers. And he runs during the daytime, so he takes care of all that. You know, and it's really cool being able to talk to people like that and gathering some information about the way they're running and the company they're driving for and all that kind of stuff like that. So I hope you don't mind. We're not doing any regular truck vlogging stuff on this one, but hey, we got a ton of stuff to talk about with everything that's been going on since we left Ohio with the guy taking the pictures of me and stuff. We've had a lot of stuff happen. So it's going to be a great video, and it'll be out Monday. All that stuff that happened and everything that happened when we got out to Iowa, everything that happened when we got back to Ohio, when we got up to Howe, Indiana. All that stuff is going to be in the next video that'll be out Monday. And so we'll start Monday off with so trust me, it's going to be crazy. You're going to want to watch it. But yeah, I just wanted to do the interview with Eric because, like I said, it was over. Me and him talked for like 30 minutes, man, and it was awesome. It was so cool getting to talk to people like that. And like I said, I remember when they hit 1,000 subs, man. I was like, dang, they got to 1,000 subs fast, you know. But they put out a lot of good stuff, and I'm kicking myself in the butt because if you go over there and you check out their YouTube stuff, they have these two characters that they created called Patty and Tater. He's Tater, she's Patty, and they do these crazy voices, and it's so freaking funny. I wish I had got him to do some Tater voices while we were there. I didn't even think about it, man. It just slipped my mind because we were talking about the drones and the teaming and everything that they do. So I didn't get to do it. We'll do it next time, I promise. I even got a character I'm going to try out on him when we do it. Maybe I can get in the mix with him, and it'll be like three of us doing crazy characters or something. It'll be funny. I hope we get a chance to do that. But we have a really good group of people. I mean, I have, you know, I'm in a group of people with Pale Rider and Chucky and there's so many of those guys that I talk to on a regular basis, you know. And now I have another group of guys that I talk to on my Zello channel, and a lot of those guys are Landstar guys. And so I have those guys to talk to. And then I have, you know, like with Eric and Laura and Trucking Along with Kirsty and all those guys over there. So it's like I'm never bored. I always have somebody to talk to, always something to do. You never get a dull moment out here. It's always something good going on, and I love it, man. That's what's making this so much fun for me right now, being out here, you know. So yeah. I hope y'all don't mind, but I hope you enjoyed the interview. I hope you liked it and all. And I'm going to be doing some more of those. When I come across guys like that have channels, YouTube channels, maybe even some guys that aren't on YouTube or social media, you know, just have somebody to talk to and let y'all guys meet them and see what these people are like. They're pretty awesome people, I'll be honest with you. So, and listen to Eric, man, tell the story about how he saved that guy's life with the Narcon shot. And how he's turned his life around, you know, and to get to where he's at now. And I can't believe he's a grandfather, man. He's fixing to be 40 and he's already a grandfather. That's so, man, that's awesome. But anyway, I'm rambling, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. so we can get this video edited and uploaded. And like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I really had fun making it. And go over there and check out their channel, and the links in the description below. And we'll be talking to y'all again. Don't forget, have a great weekend. It's Friday! Woohoo! What's that, Duck? So I wasn't in the video, Dad. What's up with that? Come on up here. Come on. You want to get in it? Yeah, I'll get in the video. So you can't have a Triple T video without the duck, man. Duck. What you think, Duck? So you could have got me in there with Scooter, Dad. Me and Scooter could have went and played. That would have made some good video. Yeah. Me and Scooter playing around. Yeah, you would play with Scooter. You two got along pretty good. Yeah, no bloodshed or nothing. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Yeah, I know. Alright, so I'm sorry y'all missed out. Didn't get to see a lot of Ducky in this one. But go back and watch some of the old videos. There's a lot of Ducky in all them videos. But anyway, thank y'all so much. I hope you have a great weekend. Have some fun. Stay safe. And don't forget our motto. Don't stop punching.